I'm willing to bet you're either a massive fan of the anime or a newcomer who is beyond confused. As a mega fan myself, even I can admit that the world of One Piece is insane. Eating a special kind of fruit can give you superpowers? Fishmen are real? Just about everyone in the world sails the seas as a pirate? Yes, in any case, let me break down every episode of Netflix live adaptation of One Piece for you. In episode 1, following the execution of the famous pirate captain Gold Roger, pirates set sail in search of his hidden treasure known as the One Piece. 22 years later, an aspiring pirate named Monkey D. Luffy joins the hunt for this treasure and ends up on the pirate ship commanded by the ruthless Alvida. On board, he encounters Alvida's mistreated cabin boy, Kobe, who aspires to become a marine. Utilizing the elasticity powers gained from consuming a devil fruit, Luffy defeats Alvida and departs with Kobe. Their journey leads them to a marine base, where they seek a map to the treacherous Grand Line, home to the One Piece. In Shell's town near the base, they witness the pirate hunter Roronoa Zoro protecting a young girl from Helmeppo, the corrupt marine Captain Morgan's son. Zoro is sentenced to a week-long hanging punishment, but is freed by Luffy. Along the way, they meet Nami, a skilled cat burglar also interested in the map. After overcoming Morgan and his crew, Luffy, Zoro, and Nami leave together with the map, while Kobe decides to join the Marines. This concludes Episode 1. Episode 2 kicks off with Luffy, Zoro, and Nami being captured by Buggy the Clown, a pirate who has imprisoned the residents of Orange Town in his personal circus. Luffy ingests the map before his capture, and learns of Buggy's connection to his childhood hero, Shanks, who gifted Luffy his iconic straw hat as part of a promise to become the Pirate King. Buggy attempts to drown Luffy in a tank of seawater, but Zoro and Nami escape, ultimately rescuing Luffy due to his unwavering optimism. Buggy, who possesses the Chop Chop fruit powers, enabling him to split his body, has his separated body parts locked in boxes while Luffy sends him flying, liberating the town. Meanwhile, Kobe meets with Garp, who realizes Kobe's past affiliation with pirates, but allows him to stay in the Marines due to his honesty. Garp also punishes Morgan for lying about the base attack. As they sail away, Nami contacts someone regarding the map she now possesses. This concludes Episode 2. In Episode 3, the Straw Hat crew, in need of a new boat, they encounter a lively young man named Usopp, known for falsely declaring pirate threats daily, working at the shipyard. Usopp learns of their need and takes them to meet Kaya, a wealthy but sickly girl who owns the shipyard. Usopp and Kaya are close friends, but Zoro remains suspicious of Kaya's butler, Cleodor. Meanwhile, Garp takes an interest in Kobe and challenges his loyalty to the Marines. They receive information about Luffy's whereabouts, and Garp sends Kobe to lead the charge. Luffy and Usopp bond over knowing Usopp's father, Yasopp, while Nami and Kaya exchange personal opinions. It's revealed that Cleodor is Kuro from the Black Cat Pirates, and he kills Kaya's servant. When confronted by Zoro and Usopp, Zoro is incapacitated, and Usopp runs for help. Only Kobe, accompanied by the Marines, believes Usopp's plea. In Episode 4, Zoro, thrown down a well by Kuro's subordinates Sham and Bucci, reflects on his childhood and the death of his friend Quina, who inspired him to become a swordsman. Usopp brings Kobe and the Marines to the house, but Kuro manages to deter them and gives them an unconscious Luffy who had consumed poisoned soup meant for Kaya. Usopp and Nami rush to aid Kaya, who initially struggles to accept Mary's death and Cleodor's true identity as Kuro. However, she quickly realizes the truth as Kuro begins attacking her to claim her shipyards. Zoro rescues Luffy from the Marines, and they return to the house, with Zoro taking on Sham and Bucci while Luffy confronts Kuro. The Straw Hats emerge victorious, forcing Kuro to flee the island, and Kaya rewards them with a newly constructed ship named the Going Merry. Usopp is invited to join the crew and confesses his feelings to Kaya, who now aspires to become a doctor. Although Kobe fails to capture Luffy, Garp informs him that he successfully lured them out. As the Straw Hats continue their journey, Garp begins attacking their ship and Luffy reveals that Garp is his grandfather. This concludes Episode 4. In Episode 5, Luffy uses his abilities to deflect a cannonball back at the Marine's mast as the Straw Hats make their escape through a thick fog. During this time, they stumble upon the Baratier, a floating restaurant, and meet Sanji, a passionate chef and waiter. When Luffy can't pay the bill, the owner, Zeph, puts him to work as a dishwasher to settle his debt. Meanwhile, Garp hires the warlord known as Dracula Mihawk to capture Luffy alive. Koby overhears this and learns about the 7 warlords of the sea who have covert ties to the government. Luffy stands up for Sanji when Zeph refuses to let him cook. Mihawk arrives to apprehend Luffy, but Zoro challenges him to a sword duel to prove his worth. Nami briefly considers running away, but ultimately decides to support her friends. Zoro is defeated by Mihawk but spared, and Mihawk leaves when he recognizes their determination. Zoro falls unconscious after the battle. In Episode 6, Luffy seeks help from Zeph to treat Zoro's severe wounds, and there are doubts about Zoro's survival. Nami speaks with Zoro to keep him tethered to life and confesses to pushing her friends away. Sanji shares his history with Zeph and his dream of finding All Blue, an ocean where all fish species exist. Koby learns about the connection between Garp and Luffy through Mihawk. Despite convincing Garp that Luffy won't change, Koby decides to lead the Marines in capturing him. Arlong suddenly arrives at the Baratier with Chu and Karubi in search of Luffy, holding Buggy's head hostage to locate him. Buggy had hidden his ear in Luffy's hat. Luffy suffers a severe beating, and Nami reveals that she's a member of Arlong's crew and hands over the Grand Line map to him before leaving. Feeling like he's failed as a captain, Luffy is inspired when Zoro regains consciousness and convinces them to go after Nami. Zeph persuades Sanji to leave with them, and he officially joins the Straw Hats. As Zoro and Usopp wonder how to find Arlong, Luffy reveals that he has stolen Buggy's head, concluding Episode 6. In Episode 7, Luffy and his crew reach Konami Island and discover that Arlong and his pirate crew oppress Cocoa Village. They reunite with Nojiko, Nami's adoptive sister, who reveals that both of them lost their adoptive mother to Arlong's cruelty. Meanwhile, Garp arrives at Baratier and demands information about Luffy's whereabouts, expressing his desire not to lose his grandson as he did with Gold Roger. Koby confesses Garp's relation to Luffy to Helmeppo, and they learn Luffy's location from a bartender. Arlong pays off Marine Captain Nezumi to keep their activities secret and vows to eliminate all humans. Nami has gathered 100 million berries to pay off Arlong and save Cocoa Village, but Arlong orders Nezumi to seize the money, shocking Nami. Frustrated and desperate, Luffy tells Nami that he will help her, and they notice that Arlong is attacking Cocoa Village, concluding Episode 7. In Episode 8, the people of Cocoa Village unite as the Straw Hat crew confronts Arlong and his fishmen pirates at Arlong Park. The battle intensifies, with the Straw Hats successfully defeating several fishmen. Luffy faces off against Arlong in his tower, but Luffy realizes the tower contains much of Nami's hard work. He brings the entire tower down on Arlong, ultimately defeating him. The Straw Hats celebrate their victory just as Garp and the Marines arrive. Garp intends to capture the Straw Hats, but Luffy refuses to surrender. They engage in a fierce battle, with Garp initially dominating. However, Luffy remains unwavering in pursuit of his dream, leading Garp to relent and order his Marines to pursue the rest of Arlong's crew. Seeking revenge for his humiliation, Nezumi finally issues a wanted poster for Luffy, something he always wanted. Luffy bids farewell to Koby, and Garp informs Koby and Helmeppo that he will personally train them to become better soldiers. As Luffy's wanted poster is seen by many of their past acquaintances, Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, and Sanji declare their future goals as the Straw Hat Pirates. Meanwhile, a Marine captain spots Luffy's wanted poster, concluding Episode 8. At the end of Season 1, Luffy's crew is fully assembled and ready to venture into the treacherous Grand Line, an ocean traveled by the world's most formidable pirate crews. Here, they'll work together to pursue their individual dreams. Zoro aims to become the world's strongest swordsman. Nami wants to map the entire world, Usopp strives to become a brave warrior his father would be proud of, and Sanji is on a quest for the finest culinary delights. In the final episode, the crew receives their first official bounties from the world government. While they saved the East Blue from the oppressive warlord Arlong the Fishman, they now have the world's attention as a rookie crew. There are more members to recruit and more islands to free. Season 1 covers the first 100 chapters in just 8 episodes, with Season 2 likely continuing with the next 100 chapters. During these arcs, Luffy and his crew welcome Chopper as their doctor and rescue the nation of Arabasta from the corrupt warlord of the sea, Crocodile, and his criminal organization. As of now, the series has not been renewed, leaving fans eager to see these 8 episodes come to life on screen.